Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beatley Tone Live. Hope you're all doing well. Who have we got here at the moment? Keir's here. Hi, Keir. How you doing, mate? Mike's here. All right, Mike. Nice to see you. Neil from Aberdeen is here. He's always here. Neil, thank you for joining again. Adri from the Netherlands. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Pablo loves vinyl. Hi, hi, hi. And Beetle Boy is here as well. How are you all doing? Can you all hear me okay and see me okay? Is that all okay? Hi, Lynn. Hi, nice to see you. We'll just say hello to a few people as they join and see who we've got here. What would you like to talk about? Hello, Bob. How you doing? You're here for a little while, are you? Okay. Beat Boy says, yeah, he can hear me. Yeah, and Mike. Hi, Steve from Western Supermare in the southwest of England. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you. Ralph's here as well. Charles is here as well. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. Hope everything's good with you too. It's my old mate, Andy Nichols. Hiya, Andy. Sound great, mate. Looking like a shell of your former self. You too, mate. You're the invisible. No, not the invisible. You're not invisible. You're the incredible. Incredible. That's the word I'm looking for. The incredible shrinking man. Hi, Dave. Nice to see you. Nick's here. How are you, mate? I want to talk about anthology. Go for it. Go for it. Let's talk about it. Whatever you want to say. Hi, Jonathan. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Mad Team 3 parents. Hi, Billy Tone saying hi from New York. Well, hi from London. Let's see what else. What else have we got? How many have we got? We've got 45 on at the moment. So let me know what you want to say about anthology, Nick. What is everyone doing? Is everyone, it's been so much. There's been so much lately on offer with anthology, with the Lennon box set, with the Wings compilation. They've got Ringo's coloured vinyl, George's Zoetrope, Living in the Material World for Record Store Day, all his albums from 33 and the Third to Brainwash coming out on CD again, this time in a digipack. Anything you want to talk about, please do. People, are you getting, have your Power to the People boxes arrived, or whatever version of that box you've ordered? I'm getting a bit of a cold, to be honest, though. I might be drinking quite a bit. Right. Nathan's here. Hi, Nathan. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good day. Stephen G is here. Hi, Tone. We demand London Town and Back to the Archive box set. Yes, we do. If you saw my video the other day, I was outside MPL because the Lennon listening party thing that I went to on Thursday night, it's just a couple of doors away from MPL. So went and had a look. All the lights were off. All the lights were off. There was no one at home, literally. So there was absolutely no one working on London Town or Back to the Egg. I'm not sure if there were people in there and they spotted me and they just turned all the lights off and hid. I don't know. But I couldn't see anyone. Nick says, I'm sure there is more going on with A123 than just remastering. Well, yeah, there is. There is. The video that I did that, that turned out into a bit of a rant. Started off quite calmly, went into a little bit of a rant. It's been uncovered that, quite a few tracks, particularly on Anthology 1, have been remixed. They've been remixed using Mal technology. Not all of them, but some of them. The ones that it's actually the ones that I thought were like needed it most, like the stuff that was recorded in Liverpool, in spite of all the danger and all that sort of stuff, and some of the live stuff, some of the live performances that are on Anthology 1 and possibly Anthology 2 as well. No, I can't, no, that wouldn't be on Anthology 2, would it? No, on Anthology 1 have been remixed. And, you know, you can hear this stuff now. For 1, 2, 3, you can go to Apple Music and listen to them, compare them against the old versions that are still there as well. And, you know, you can hear it for yourself. But on that video, I did give a list of what I thought had been changed or what I'd heard had been changed. So there you go. So there you go. Right, where are we? I've actually been listening to the Monkeys, Rhino Hi-Fi of Pieces, Aquarius, Capricorn and Jones Limited. Sounds great. Can't wait to get the STDE. Good stuff. I'm not really a big fan of the Monkeys, to be absolutely honest, but I know lots of people do like them. But glad you're enjoying that. Dave says, Lennon set arrived today, yesterday morning. I am digging in. Good. It's going to take you some time. It's going to take you some time and maybe a few plays. And, you know, there is some fluff there. There is a bit of fluff there that you probably, you know, just want to hear the once. But, you know, the main thing, you know, the one-to-one concert, the reimagining of Sometime in New York City is just great. It's just great. And the other live stuff, the live stuff on Disc 8, is it? Disc 8, where they did all the stuff from the benefit gigs that they did. I really like that as well. And I quite like the studio jam, the rock and roll stuff, the stuff that they did in between takes when recording Sometime in New York City. It's a bit slow starting. You can tell that Elephant's Memory, you know, when, you know, they were a younger band. They weren't probably brought up on, you know, 50s rock and roll. But, you know, it's simple stuff. And they soon got the hang of it, but they weren't really used to it. And John's sort of telling them, you know, you take a C here and you take a G there and that sort of stuff in the box. But you enjoy it, Dave. Pablo says, I've been blasting Powers of the People and Green Vinyl Abbey Road today. Now for a glass of red to enjoy your live stream. Yeah, fill your boots, Pablo. You need some red to go with that green, definitely. PK, hiya. PK from the Netherlands. Hi, Tone. Don't forget the Stones Black and Blue set for release 14th of November. Yeah, I've got the original album of Black and Blue. It's okay, but I'm not sure how. To be honest, I haven't really looked at what else is included. Unlike the Who Are You box set, which I have, and you know, again, Who Are You isn't an album that I absolutely love, but there's some great stuff with it. So maybe I need to check out what's coming in the SDE for Black and Blue. But the album is a bit of a hodgepodge, isn't it? They were trying out different guitarists before that. They settled on Ron Wood during the sessions for that album. Yeah, Black and Blue is coming 14th of November. Bob says, I'd like to talk about getting the remix of New York City on vinyl. I know I keep banging on about it, but the more we talk about maybe the powers that be, we might get the message. Yes, indeed. I think we've kind of seen people power. People power. They won't do anything that they don't think is going to make them any money. I suppose, but I think that there's people should hear this. People should hear this remix because it's so great. I really do enjoy it. It's really enhanced my opinion of that album. I think they've done a fantastic job on it. And, it's a shame that you've got to buy the box set to be able to hear it. I've noticed that, streaming services have got up the Disc 2 and Disc 3, which is the evening show and the afternoon show of the one-to-one, but nothing else at the moment. Now, I thought that the whole box would be available to stream by now. Maybe it's coming down the pipeline. I don't know. But with all these Ultimate Mixes box sets, they've always put everything on streaming services. So I'm surprised that it's a little bit slow getting off the ground. I've only looked on Apple Music and Spotify, but as of this morning, they've only got the one-to-one concert on streaming at the moment. And I think it would be a great thing to put New York City out both on vinyl and CD, because remember not everyone collects vinyl. Some people prefer CD, and again, at the moment, to get it on CD, you've got to buy the box set. So I hope there will be a standalone release of that. It certainly deserves one. That's my view. Nathan says, I'm looking forward to buying Anthology, a Power to the Prion CD, and Ringo on vinyl. Okay, Nathan, that is not far away, because the Ringo vinyl is the 24th of October, isn't it? It's the 11th today, so it's only 13 days away, less than 2 weeks till that comes out. I'm still deliberating about that, because they're expensive. They are available now in the UK. Don't have to buy them from Ringo's page. They're $30 on Ringo's site, but you have got post and packing on top of that, plus the US tax as well. And there was 3 that I was interested in, and I priced them up on that, and it came to about £103 sterling equivalent with the tax and the posting for the 3 albums. And they're now available in the UK, but they're like £35 a piece. So there's virtually no difference. There's virtually no difference between buying it from Ringo's site or buying it from Sound of Vinyl or someone like that. I think Rough Trade have also got them as well. But there you go. You probably get them a bit quicker, I suppose, if you buy them in the UK, if you're in the UK or Europe. Charles says, Beatle collecting are like buses, nothing for a while, then everything comes at once. Yeah, it does. It's been such a busy final quarter. And, I can't remember one as busy as this. That I can remember one that was as expensive as this. 2018, when I think we had Egypt Station sort of came in August 2018. And then we had the Imagine box in October, the White Album box in November, and the Red Rose Speedway and Wildlife archive box sets in December. So 3 months running, there were big box sets, and also, of course, the Big Barn box, which was the one that I got, which had the Wings Over Europe in it as well. So that was an expensive 3 months for sure. But in terms of number of releases, I think this is busier. Joffrey Noodle's Horror House. Hello, quite new to the channel. That is fantastic. Thank you very much. I hope you're well. Blessings to all. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Although I'm getting a bit of a cold, but apart from that, I'm absolutely fine. I don't know if there's anything that we've done for both volumes of the BBC Beatles at the BBC as far as remixing those albums. Well, they're fairly basic. They're just guitars, bass, and drums and vocals. So I'm not sure, how much improvement can be made with those, or whether there's the appetite for that. But I know lots of people love them. I must admit, I've had both the CDs, the double CDs, Volume 1, Volume 2, since they came out. I think it was 1994, and was it 2013 or something like that? Volume 2 came out, and I must say, I haven't really played them very much, to be absolutely honest. But I know lots of people like them, but I wouldn't have thought that a remix of these would be like a priority for Apple. That's just my opinion. I think they've got bigger fish to fry, like the rest of the regular albums getting a remix. That should be their number one priority, I think. Bob says my Lennon box uh, got delayed until today. Only time Amazon let me down. Yeah, well, yeah, they. I used to buy everything from Amazon, just because I had Prime and didn't have to pay postage. But they let me down with the Revolver box, and that didn't come on release day. Now, normally it wouldn't be too much of an issue if it wasn't going to come on release day. But when you've got a channel, you kind of feel obliged to show it on release day. I think that most viewers kind of expect that. So when Revolt, I got the email saying that Revolver had been delayed for about a week. I hot-footed it down to my nearest HMV and just went and bought a copy of the box sets, and I've never gone back to Amazon since then, because all the websites, the Beatles, the John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, they all seem to deliver on release day for me anyway. I know it's not the same for everyone. But there you go. Hi, Jim. Nice to see you. 2 times Lennon CD. Not here yet, nor is my Green Abbey Road HD. An afternoon ploughing through the Faces BBC box set. Great stuff at times. Really messy too. Yeah, I love the Faces, and I kind of love. Sorry. I kind of love the messiness as well, the chaos. It's great, and it's epitomised no better than that end part of "Stay With Me," where it just all goes where it suddenly speeds up and everyone takes a solo and it just goes crazy. It's such a great song. Enjoy it, Jim. Enjoy it. Mike says, I really like the shade of green they used for Abbey Road. Yeah, it's nice. I think that the one that came out in, was it 68 or 69? I can't remember. It wasn't available here in the UK, but it was pressed here and then exported for sale in other countries. And I have seen one, and it's a much lighter green. I kind of like that sort of dark green. It kind of fits in well with the Apple logo on side one anyway. On side one it does. So yeah, good. David's here. Hi David, nice to see you. He says, I got my Bad Finger Magic Christian Music on blue vinyl ordered. Yeah, saw that on baby blue. I'm not going for that. I've got a couple of Bad Finger albums, but I don't buy their stuff just because it's on Apple. I quite like them, but I'm not crazy about them. So I'm giving that one a miss, but I hope you enjoy it when it comes. That's Record Store Day one, isn't it? I think. PK, the Stones Abattoir show in Paris is on Blu-ray in the set. Earls Court 76 and some outtakes. Is that all Blu-ray or is the Earls Court 76 audio? Big Boy says, coming to realise McCartney is on the way to retire and don't care what he says. Only one new album in 5 years and a disregard of the archive. His next album better be a belter. Well, from what Denny Sywell said on our Hands Across the Water interview, do check it out if you haven't seen it. He has heard a couple of tracks from it, and he said it was just absolutely amazing. He said it made him and his wife cry when they heard it, and he said if the rest of the album is like that, could be his best album ever. Is he on the way to retiring? I mean, he's toured quite a lot. Since since lockdown ended. He's toured in the US. He's done South America. He's been to Australia. He's been back to South America. He's done the UK and Paris and Munich. So he's been busy. He's written his book. He's written the book. So I don't think he's retiring. But the archive thing is a funny thing, and I don't know. I don't know why it hasn't flowed since 2020. Obviously, COVID put the bosh on it for a couple of years, but I don't know why it's been put to one side. I'm slightly encouraged by the fact that there are a few tracks from London Town and Back to the Egg on New Wings compilation. So people saying, well, he's not doing them because he doesn't like them. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but he likes them enough to put a few tracks on the Wings compilation. And, I don't give up hope on these until we get London Town and Back to the Egg as a standalone remastered CD or album. Then I'll know that there's not going to be an archive. But they keep doing these series of re-releases and they keep missing them. They keep going over them. So why are they going over them if there's not something in the pipeline for them? Why are they not putting them out? And you can say, he doesn't like them, but he's put out other they're better albums than Pipes of Peace, as far as I'm concerned. They're better albums than McCartney 2, as far as I'm concerned. So he's put all those out again, so there's something afoot for sure. Otherwise, why, when he did that, those series of SHM CDs, why did they skip over? They skipped over all the ones that haven't had an archive. So there must be some plan for them, even if it's just a standalone remastering. And that's why I say, if they come out on standalone remastering, then it's over. It's over. But until they do that, then I'm still hopeful that it's alive. Nick says number nine. Absolutely so excited to see episode 9 of Anthology with all the 1995 footage. Yes, I am. Yeah, I am. I know some of it has been out on YouTube, and but I hope they've got other stuff. And it's not just a compilation of the bits and bobs that we've seen on YouTube, which I think were they on the actual? So long since I've watched Anthology, I keep wanting to watch it, and I keep putting it off because I know it's just a few weeks to go until we'll be able to see it on Disney. So I keep putting it off, so I can't really remember. But there was some footage from 95 on that extra DVD, wasn't there? If I remember rightly. So I hope it's more. It's more than that, and it's a decent length episode. Otherwise, people are going to be disappointed. Dave says, "Why are they being so cagey about the first 3 sets? Have held off so far. If there is a good reason to get the set, I will do so." They said remastered, not remixed. People were confused. Yeah, I know, and they did say remastered, but some of them have definitely been remixed, and not only the stuff on Anthology 1, but if you watch that video, I do go through the full list, and some of the things that they have put on the new version of Anthology 2 and 3 that come from the sessions LPs, CDs of the boxes, Revolver to Let It Be, they're on there. So they have been remixed for those box sets. They were remixed. So they've been remixed from the original 1995 versions, and they are on the new Anthology 2 and 3. But what they've done is they've cut them down to Anthology length, because on the box sets they they've used the same take as they used on Anthology, but there's like there's little extra bits. There's a little bit of chatter at the beginning and maybe something at the end, or whatever it is, some studio chat. And what they've done for the new issue of Anthology is they've cut it down. They've cut down those sessions that were on those box sets to the original length that they were on Anthology. And some of the stuff, as I said earlier, some of the stuff has been remixed. And I don't know whether it's just a question of wording when they did the did the announcement. It's much easier to say, everything's been remastered. Everything's been remastered, rather than say everything's been remastered. But there's a few tracks we've remixed, so maybe it's just a question of making it a little bit more soundbitey. I don't know. I don't know the reason why they've been cagey about it, but there's certainly more remix stuff on this than that's been announced. Love power to the people box. It's stunning. I'm really glad you like it. Still don't know if to pre-order the Anthology box set, as only picked up 1 to 3 on CDs about a month ago. Okay. I think you told. Did you tell me this in the comments the other day? I can't remember. Someone did. Someone was also deliberating because they only just bought the Anthology CDs. I don't know. It's your choice. It depends. I think that these new ones will definitely sound better, having been remastered. But I'm guessing that if you just bought the Anthology boxes on CD, I imagine they're pretty cheap, weren't they? So it's up to you. If sound quality is one of your priorities, then I'd probably say yeah. But it's up to you, and it's not cheap. So it's up to what your priority are and what your funds are. That's it really. I'll probably wait until Christmas to buy things. Yeah, of course, or ask for them for Christmas. Ask for them for Christmas. Dave says the bass on Lennon's set is huge improvement, makes a massive difference. Yeah, because if you're talking about the live thing, they had 2 bass players. I didn't even realise that until this box set. I obviously wasn't paying attention in 1986, but I am now. And they had two bass players, 2 drummers, 2 bass players. That's a hell of a rhythm section. But there you go. But yeah, there's lots of improvements on it. I can't get over how good Elephant's Memory sound as a band, like really, really tight and really, really rock. Because I thought they were a bit shit. From what I'd heard from the live in New York City, lots of mistakes and things. They've corrected a few things, but they sound dead tight. They've worked absolute wonders on that. When you compare what we had in '86 to what we've got now, they have worked miracles. I think. Very good job. Craig, hi mate. Would like to see release next. What would you like to see released next year? You're looking well. Enjoy your content. Thanks very much. I do feel really well as well. Lost a bit of weight. That helps. And I'm feeling great. Well, what I would like to see, probably the same as everyone else. I want to see Back to the Egg and London Town released as archive collections for sure. I want to see the Beatles get back on track with the Super Deluxe box sets of the proper albums, the main albums. Now, everyone wants Rubber Soul. I'm not bothered. I don't care which one they give us. Give us Please Me if they want. I'll be happy. Because mainly because the shine has been taken a little bit off of Rubber Soul for me, because we've got so many remixes on the Red album in 2023. So the shine is off me. You know, obviously, if we get Rubber Soul, I'll be happy as well. But the excitement has been taken, you know, a little bit of a dip for Rubber Soul. So I don't care which one they give us. Help would be good. Hard Day's Night would be good. But it was, you know, I don't mind. But get back on that. So I'd like to see that. Now I know we're not going to be getting another Ultimate Mixes from the John Lennon camp next year, but we will be getting the 1-to-1 film. It will be in cinemas and theaters, and it will be released on Blu-ray and DVD in 2026. And that, well, and there will also be the standalone book for Power to the People, you know, the big book that they've done. Thames and Hudson have produced one for each of these Ultimate Mixes. You know, they did one for Imagine, they did one for Plastic Ono Band, they did one for Mind Games. There is going to be one of those. When I spoke to Simon Hilton, he said it wasn't quite finished yet, so that's going to come out sometime next year. I'm not sure when, but that is going to come from the Lennon camp. From George, I think it's going to be Concert for Bangladesh is next on the list, but I'd you know, and I hope that is going to be both shows included, because that'll give us something that we haven't got, as well as a remix. That'd be really good. So you know, I would welcome that if it's both shows. If it's not, you know, I'll be happy to get a remix of it, but you know, it would be less exciting for me if it's just a remix and nothing else. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's tapes of rehearsals from it. I mean, it could be a really super set. We just don't know. But you know, I think that is going to be next. And as far as studio albums, Dark Horse will be next, and I'm not sure whether they would release 2 in a year. So you know, if Concert for Bangladesh comes out early, maybe there's a chance that Dark Horse come out later in the year, but probably not going by the pace of the George Harrison estate. You know, the pace that they've been going at the moment. So I would like to see that. And obviously from Ringo, you know, there's talk of a new country album, maybe next year. As far as re-releases goes, you know, the same. It's always the same. I'd love to see you know, a super deluxe of the Ringo album. I don't think anything else warrants it, to be honest. But you know, if that was possible, but we know Ringo is not a fan of box sets, and you know, is reluctant to have them released. But you know, the Ringo album, there must be some great outtakes. You think about who played on that album. There must be some great outtakes from that. So that would be probably my top picks for you know, from the 5 camps. Hope that answers your question, Craig. Nathan says, I agree. There was so much news for the Beatles. It all started with the anthology, and then it became bonkers. Absolutely, Beatles bonkers this year. Yeah. Hi James, good evening. I'm on Spotify. I know they've only released the 2-disc set of Power to the People. I text Spotify. They said it's up to the music holder. Okay, I will endeavour to find out what is happening with that. I'll drop Simon a line and see if what's happening with that, because you know, normally with these box sets everything drops at once. So I was quite surprised to be told that it was only the first 2 discs. I went and had a look for myself yesterday, and again I've done it again this morning as well. And yeah, it's just the afternoon and evening show at the moment. But stand by your beds. I'm pretty sure the rest of it will be there. People says, my shopping list is Bob's 18th bootleg, Wings triple coloured, black and blue double CD, Hendrix Boulders Love CD box set, Prines Around the World double CD. Don't know that. A Wonderful Christmas Time yellow vinyl. I'm still deliberating about that. And the green Happy Christmas More Is Over, because I've never had one. I've got a couple of the copies of the single, but both on black vinyl. So I've never had the green. The yellow, they're expensive though. No, they're about £15 for a single now. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Hello, Nick. Hi, nice to see you. Nice to see you, and hope you're doing well. Haven't seen anything from your channel for a while. Please check out Nick's channel, Mermaid Tavern. It's a great channel. It's like popping into the pub for a pint with your mate and talking about the Beatles. It's great. So please check out his channel and give him some support because he deserves it. Jared says going to see McCartney this Friday. Well, what gig is that? I know he's playing in Denver tonight, isn't it? It's tonight. Yeah, it's tonight. It's Saturday today, isn't it? Yeah, it's Saturday. I'm a bit confused with days because there's no football today because it's international break. So yeah, it's Saturday today. He's in Denver tonight. Yeah, and okay. So where you seeing Paul? I'm going to Montreal, so going to see the two gigs in Montreal in November. So looking forward to that. Right. Okay. When the BBC recordings were made, the Beatles had a very short amount of time, so they couldn't double or remix it. No, it was all very raw. Yeah, it is. It is. So, that's what I was saying about the, about remixing it. What are you gonna do? Maybe make the bass sound a little bit louder, bring the drums up. I don't know. It's not like remixing Strawberry Fields Forever, is it? Where there's like loads of stuff going on. So I'm not sure what the benefit, how much benefit there would be. There we go. Pablo says, regarding Amazon, I too gave up on them for big box sets after they failed on Revolver. You too. I don't know what happened with Revolver because they'd always been spot on before that. I'd always ordered everything from Amazon. Artist Store's been really reliable since then. Yeah, that's exactly what I found. Wibble, what a great name. Wibble. It's that noise when you make when you fart in the bath, isn't it? Yeah, Amazon isn't delivering my copy of Power to the People till Thursday. No explanation. Thinking of reducing my Amazon addiction. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. When pre-order is so far in advance, they know how many they need. They know where it's got to go to. I don't understand it. It should be such a simple thing. Hi, James. Nice to see you. Looking forward to the Wings box. Hope all is well. Yes, Wings book. Sorry. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to that as well. Nick says, hi, Tone. Good to see you. Are you going to see Philip Norman do a Q&A about the re-release of Shout on October the 23rd? It's at the Iconic Images Gallery, Piccadilly. I'm going only £6. Might be interesting. Well, actually, I hadn't even heard of it. I'm not a big fan of the book Shout, I have to say. I read it once in 1981. I don't think I'll go there again. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If you're going, it might be a good opportunity to meet up and have a pint. So when is it? October the 23rd? Yeah, maybe I'll have a little think. I'll have a little think about it, Nick. But but it's only to see you. It's not to see him because he hates Paul. So PK says it's the first time I haven't bought a big solo Beatles box. I just bought the 2 CD set and the 2 LP set, Power to the People. On Quo Buzz, I bought the new Sometime in New York City. Strange feeling though, not buying it. Yeah. The remix of Sometime in New York City is on Quo Buzz, is it? I didn't look on there because I do have a Quo Buzz subscription. I didn't look on there. So it's everything there. Is everything there on Quo Buzz? That's interesting. What I was getting at, more touring than recording, Tony. Yeah, okay, understood. On Macca's website, Flaming Pie Deluxe sold out, and the London Town Back to the Egg tracks on the new Wings set were on pure McCartney. Okay, was London Town on it? I've got both the CD and the LP version. I probably play the LP more, and I know there's lots more on the CD. But I've kind of got it like ripped to my streamer, so I don't often play CDs in their entirety. I have them on my streamer. I usually just put it on shuffle and it just picks what it picks, so I can't, there used to be a time when I used to know every track on every album in the order that they appear, but I don't anymore. Nick says, are you tempted to get the Living in the Material World Zoe Trope roulette? All Things was passed twice and I failed both times. Yeah, I know. I tried to get it for you. Nick. So I think that you have jinxed it. Don't blame me. I'm not responsible for your eBay fails, but I think it's bad, isn't it? You did get your money back, though, I presume. But no, I'm not going for the Living in the Material World Zoe trope. I'm not going for it. Right. Okay. Charles says, Tone, can you think of a Beatles track that Mac hasn't done live and you would love to hear before retire? Yeah, well, quite a lot, actually. The problem with this is this fantasy set list thing is, you've got to take into consideration what his voice is capable of doing now. And, my number one pick for a song that he's never done live, I don't think he's ever done it live, Backseat of My Car, that would be my number one pick. It's a top 10 McCartney song for me. I'd also love to see him do London Town as well, just because it's London, and I'd love to see him do London Town in London. It's a song that I've always really loved. I've never got bored of it. And I just really like it. So they would be a couple of picks. There's got to be loads. He's we never got to see here in the UK. We never got to see him do any of the songs off of Chaos and Creation. He did a US tour in 2005, and but didn't go anywhere else with it, and so we didn't see him do any songs from Chaos, which is one of my favorite albums of his. So I'd take anything from that album live, and there's plenty of stuff. There's quite a lot of stuff that I'd like him to return to as well. Stuff that he did on the Wings World Tour in '76 that I was too young to go and see. But yeah, that would be my pick without sort of going through the whole catalogue and picking something. Maybe that's an idea for a video, but like I say, you can pick whatever songs you like, but whether it's realistic is another matter. PK says, Stones Black and Blue. Blu-ray is abattoir video. Earl's Court is audio. The album itself is remixed by Steve Wilson. Thanks, PK. Thanks for the info, mate. Appreciate that. I will take a look. I don't have a question. Just want to say hello. Hello, Robin. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you here today. We've got 108 people on. That's a lot. Dave says, do you think Paul realised that the Lennon sets are better compiled in terms of musical content and is a bit embarrassed? Well, yes, he must do. He must realise that as far as musical content, they are doing a better job. Now, I do like the archive things. I think the books that come with them have been great. And, you get lots of bits and pieces and stuff like that, little artifacts and, posters and ticket stubs and all that sort of stuff. I think the archives are really good. They also include video stuff, which the Lennon estate don't generally include on the box sets. I know they did have a couple of as hidden things on the Mind Games box or on the Blu-ray. But as far as musical content goes, No, they're not in the same. They're not in the same league. I mean, you look at something like, say, the McCartney One archive. It's got seven. It's got 7 bonus tracks on it, audio, which is really, really poor, really poor. And I think speed of sound is the same, just off the top of my head, just the same. But it does have visual content as well. So yeah, and it's funny. You know what I was thinking the other day, or was I thinking it, or did I hear it? I can't remember. But when we're talking about the Beatles archives, and maybe the same thing, applies to McCartney. What the John Lennon estate do with the evolution mixes? Wouldn't that be great if they did it for the Beatles or even for Paul? Because if there is a lack of unreleased material, because when they're looking at those, what they're going to put on the sessions for, like, Hard Day's Night or Help or whatever, they're going to be looking at complete takes, and anything that's not a complete take is, going to be pretty much off the table. But what about if they were to do a kind of evolution mix where they take a snippet of this take, a snippet of that take, and we see the evolution of these songs? That would probably be better than some, sorry, some sessions of diminishing value, I think. So there's a point. But yeah, I agree. Paul needs to up his game. But to be fair, there have been some of those archives that have had a lot of musical content on it, like Flaming Pie, Flowers in the Dirt had a lot from memory. I think Ram had quite a lot as well. But those two had an abundance of unreleased material. Hi, Tim. My amazing wife got me the Power to People set. It's so good. Fantastic. Congratulations, Tim. Enjoy it, my friend. Nathan says anthology will sound better with today's musical technology. Yep. The missus is here. Looking good. Oh, Martin McGrath is here as well, in his former in his alias. So you're going to behave today, Martin. I thought you'd been shamed into deleting your nonsense on that thread. Did you not get invited to the Lennon listen? But yes, I did. I went to the London one, and you can see the video on my channel. So there. Right. Would you think that the powers that be would be more would you think that the powers that be would put more unseen footage onto the upcoming anthology, seeing that Get Back went over so well? Yeah, you would think. Yeah. Maybe some unseen footage. You would, but it just seems like they're that it would just seem like they are sticking to the episodes as they were, and then just sticking an extra one on the other. Let me just let's just remove that idiot. Okay, right now, where are we? Sebastian, hey Tone, bought the Benefits Concert Campuchia album this week. I was there. Well, for the Wings night. I was there. Oh my God, that 70s voice from Paul is so good. Yeah, it is. I've got that album as well, and I was there for the Wings night, and I saw Wings with Elvis Costello and Rockpile were also on the bill that night. Any news if the 1-to-1 documentary is ever coming out on DVD? I don't know. I don't know. I would love to see the movie again and own a physical copy. No, I don't know. I've heard in the States it's going to be streamed on, is it HBO Max? Is that the channel? Is that a channel in the US? I think that's where it's going to be streamed, but I haven't heard where it's going to be, what platform it's going to stream on in the UK. And incidentally, we still haven't had a release of Daytime Revolution here in the UK. Still, it's available to buy on Amazon.com, but it's not. That doesn't play on UK Blu-ray players. So that's no good. And I could stream it on Amazon Prime, but I need a VPN to do that. Yeah, I could do that as well. I could do that and pretend that I'm in America, and then I'd be able to stream it on Amazon Prime. But at the moment, there's no, easy way of watching that. So yeah, I don't know if it's coming out on DVD. I haven't heard. Gave the anthology LPs a spin recently. Yeah, me too. Yes, in Spike, etc. could be better, but the vast majority of the outtakes sound terrific. Leads me to think that they would they benefit much from a remaster. Well, yeah, well, you, as I said, Jim, you can go and listen to the remastered versions of 1, 2, and 3. If you've got not Amazon Music, Apple Music, and or Spotify. You don't even need to subscribe to Spotify, do you, to be able to listen to it on there? So you can listen to them, see what you think. But yeah, they should sound better. I'm definitely on the fence about 1, 2, and 3. I'll purchase Volume 4 on vinyl, but the Udiscover website gives large discounts around Christmas, so I'll probably wait. Okay, if that's what you're expecting, then that absolutely makes sense. I'd love for them to do a Magical Mystery Tour box with all the main tracks of the album released in true stereo, like the German Horzu. Yeah, that would be really good. I think that the perfect vehicle for Yellow Submarine would be to do it with Magical Mystery Tour and make a decent box of those two. There must be outtakes from the tracks. Well, we're getting one from of Hey Bulldog, aren't we, on Anthology 4? But I think that because both of those are kind of limited in terms of number of tracks. There's not many tracks that we haven't had remixed yet from Magical Mystery Tour. There's a few. Has Blue Jay Wave had a remix? But I don't think it has it? Your Mother Should Know is one of them. Baby You're a Rich Man is another, off the top of my head. But yeah, agree. If Help is released as a big box, Dizzy Miss Lizzie is going to be is going to be omitted. The woke community, no one is dizzy anymore, apart from YouTube doesn't fit in. Okay. Yeah. What about Run for Your Life on Rubber Soul? I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than be with another man. They daren't do that. Mike says, this is Kid of the Week theory, but maybe Macca is waiting to release London Town Back to the Egg until after his fourth quarter rush. There's a lot to compete with the Lennon book. Yeah. Well, definitely, as far as we're concerned, there needs to be a gap for sure. Mike says Paul could be thinking that it's a better move to wait until after the Wings book and film. Yeah. Dave Healy says Beatles back on track is right. Since the Red and Blue side track, things have been a bit naff. We need to return to the album boxes. Let it be on Blu-ray. Shay on Blu-ray. Anthology revamp on Blu-ray. Now with Shay, I've heard that the problem with that is that Apple don't own the tapes for some reason. They're owned by Ed Sullivan's company or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not. Something I've heard that could be the reason why dragging their heels with Shay. But yeah, they need to get on top with of that stuff. Nathan says, I appreciate you bringing us all the news. Thanks for your hard work. So you're welcome, mate. It's what I do. It's what I do. Try to keep on top of it. Sometimes it's easier than others, but yeah, get it out there. Get it out there eventually, so everyone knows what's what. But I appreciate your comment. Hi, Rob. How you doing, mate? Fresh from meeting Sean on Tuesday, wasn't it? Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. I watched your video this afternoon. Very good, mate. I left you a comment as well, and a like, of course. Greetings to you, buddy. Hi, Jeff. Nice to see you. Out shopping with the wife. I'll have to watch the replay later. Take care. Okay, mate. Happy shopping. Not going to any record shops, are you? If she drags you around any shoe shops, then you need to, push her towards a record shop. Beatley says, "Oh, that's a mistake. It's Prince around the world in a day." Yeah, got you. Julia, hi, mate. How you doing? Hope you're well. Yes, I am. Hope you are too. Got word my 9 CD and vinyl John Lennon is delivering on Monday. Happily, Dave Gilmour has a release day delivery promise. Okay. Well, enjoy it when it comes. I honestly don't know how they can't deliver on time. I just don't get it. I don't get it why they can't do it. But there you go. Postage and all that sort of maybe they do it in good faith, and postage, companies, UPS and DPD and all those let them down. I don't know. I mean, someone said on my channel, was it Richard McClear? He said that he was out when they delivered his box yesterday, but when the I think he said I think it was UPS. He said when they got it out the van, the box was damaged, and so they just took it back. And now he's lumbered with an email that says it's been delivered when it hasn't. So he's kind of been left a little bit in limbo. It means he's got to either go back to UPS and say deliver it again. He got this information by the way from the doorman, I guess, at his apartments or whatever. But he's either got to go back to UPS and say deliver it again, or go back to the wherever it is that he ordered it from and say, I haven't got my box. They've taken it away. But I hope he gets it sorted out, and I hope yours arrives on Monday now as expected. Enjoy it, my friend. PK, yep, everything from Press to Play is on Quobuzz. Okay, good info. Thanks for that. Hi, Jonathan. My 2 CD version of Paths of the People arrived today. It's a Christmas present to myself, so I'll have to wait a while to listen to it, but it looks great. Oh, really? That's what I call self-control. That's what I call self-control. So you bought it for yourself, but you're not going to open it until Christmas. Okay. You can stream it, I guess. We just heard that it's on. Well, the 2 CDs is on everything. That's the afternoon and the evening show. But when you get to listen to it, enjoy it. Hi, Tim. My question today is it being that next March will be the 50th anniversary of Wings at the Speed of Sound. I was wondering if you've heard anything about possible reissue box set. Not a box set. They've already done it. They've already done the box set for that, the archive collection. But there will be a half-speed remaster. So carrying on the 50th anniversary things that they've been releasing. So half-speed master of Wings at Speed of Sound around March time. Expect announcement. Maybe at the end of January. For that. Was it March or was it April? I can't remember now. But anyway, first quarter, there should be an announcement for that. I have enjoyed the Half Speed Master series, and I've got them all. The question is, will they do a Half Speed Master for Wings Over America? because that was 1976 as well. Or I don't know whether this series is just limited to studio, records, or whether they will do Wings Over America as well. Keir says, I think Backseat of My Car is number 2 in my favourite Macca songs list. Yeah, it's really high up for me as well. It's really high up. Keir Smith, From Me to You, the channel. If you don't know that channel, please check out Keir's channel. It's really good. He does some really good stuff. Lots of Beatles content on his channel. Hi there, 50 Thunderer. Sorry I'm late. It's okay. That's okay. No note from your mum needed. It's okay. Hi, Pete. I bought my Lennon box and 4 LP from John's site, and it's not coming until Monday. Okay. Yeah, I know. Well, there does seem to be a lot of delay. That's why I wonder. I wonder why release date seems to always be on a Friday. There must be a really good reason for it, because it's not a great reason as far as delivery goes. Because, well, I don't know what it is in other countries, but we don't have post on a Sunday for a start here in the UK. Or we don't have the Royal Mail anyway on a Sunday. So, it's not great that things come out on a Friday and get delivered, on the weekend. But, said it time and time again, everyone knows what the pre-order number is. They know where they're going. There shouldn't really be any excuses. They should be, going out in good time to arrive on release day. But I suspect that delays are more to do with the postal services or delivery services than they are from the websites. Hi, James. Nice to see you here. Did you get your book? That you won on Andy's live stream. He gave it to me in Chicago, and I posted it on to you. So I hope you got it. Right, the archives did improve as they went along. If they were starting with Band on the Run now, I'm sure it'd be much improved from the 2010 release. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's kind of the same with the John Lennon ones. As great as Imagine was, they were kind of feeling their way with that set. It was just like four CDs and different things on on the same, different types of material on the same disc, and not not the same mix of every track that was on the album. Like there was only like a few elements, mixes, and that sort of stuff. They were feeling the way, and of course it's the same for the McCartney stuff. As they go through them, they learn. Hi, Paul. Wasn't there one Macca archive, Flowers, that had extra tracks on streaming? Yes, that was the one, but not on physical product. I seem to recall a monathon about it. Yeah, there was a lot in the box, but there was an extra thing that you had a download card. So I'm not sure if it was streaming or whether it was just download. I thought was it the Paul and Elvis demos or something like that. I seem to remember. I can't remember, honestly. I can't remember. It's too long ago. That was 20. What was that? Was that 29? No, 2017, wasn't it? Flowers, I think. But yeah, I think it was a download. It was a download. Okay. I'm of the opinion that Sean is extremely dedicated to keeping John's legacy alive more than anyone. I think Danny, with the exception of All Things Must Pass, has kind of dropped the ball. Yeah. Whenever I get a cold, I always get a cough at the same time. It's really annoying. Yeah, I mean, Sean is so dedicated to keeping the legacy alive. I was told he listens to every take that they find. He listens to. he considers it, spending more, time that he didn't have with his dad, especially, on these outtakes where, he can hear him talking and stuff like that. But yeah, they do a great job. They really do a really good job. And I think Danny did a good job with All Things Must Pass. I do. I think it's much improved, and we've got lots and lots of extra stuff. Living in the Material World, I think it was okay. It was okay. I think they could have given us more outtakes on that. But the Super Deluxe box set was good. I liked the idea of having vinyl and CDs in the same box, because that means you don't have to buy a book twice, or pay for a book twice like you do with the Beatles. They both both the CD and the LP have the same book in them now. They didn't at first. You only got the book in the CDs, but since Let It Be, you got the book in both the vinyl and the CD. So I do quite like that. I know it doesn't suit everyone, because if you want stuff that is in the extra, if there's extra stuff that's in the box set and you don't buy either vinyl or CD, then you're paying for stuff you don't really want. But for me, I buy both of them, so it absolutely suited me down to the ground that they put everything in one box. Right. Apparently, Universal Music had the wrong UPC code on the Power to the People 2 CD set, and my local record store in Virginia Beach, USA, received the single disc only. Anyone else have that problem? Okay. If anyone did, let Tom know down in the comments. Don't forget to give the video a like while you're here. That would help. That would be great. A lot of people asking about the hype button. The hype button. A lot of people pressing it, and I noticed it's been really helpful. It's been really helpful, and the videos that I've got that I've done since talking about the hype button, I don't know whether it's a coincidence or not, but they've been well received. So as far as views go and bringing in new subscribers, so a lot of people have been asking about that. Now, as far as I know, you can only get it on your phone. So if you've got the YouTube app on your phone, or if you watch videos on your phone, then you should be able to see it. And when you watch a video on your phone, if once you've clicked on the video, underneath the video, you've got things like, the number of likes and save and download and share and all that sort of thing. If you kind of swipe to the left to bring up more of those little buttons, you'll see the hype button. That's where it is, and you're allowed to click it 3 times, I think, in a week. So there you go. That's the hype button. If you see one, and you've got spares, please hit it, because it does really help. Hi, Eric. Eric's in Nashville. Are you going to see Paul in Nashville? Is it soon? Is it quite soon? Isn't it? I've lost track of all the dates. Pablo says, curveball view. I'd love Memory Almost Full to get a full archive collection treatment, ideally after Back to the Egg and London Town next year. So maybe in 2027 alongside Walls and Bridges. Well, obviously in 2027, unbelievably, Memory Almost Full will be 20 years old. That's mental, isn't it? That is mad. I can't hardly believe it, but I do know that the archive collection, as far as the parameters of it go, don't exceed Linda's death, because it's a kind of a joint project. It's it's the music plus her photography, so nothing. Flaming Pie is the end of the road as far as how far they're going to go with the archive collection. So Memory Almost Full won't get an archive collection, but it might get an expanded, a kind of one hand clapping type thing, or you know, Band on the Run underdubbed type thing, like a smaller, you know, celebration issue, but probably not an archive, not as we know it anyway. Sorry if that's disappointing. Don't shoot the messenger. Nathan says, I love both Magical Mystery Tour, the movie, and the CD. I find the movie, you know, a bit of a struggle. But you know, obviously the album is great. Jonathan says, Yellow Summer Magical Mystery Tour set is a great shout. Yeah, I think so. So it's a good way to do it. Les says, Tone, I bought the one CD box set and the 2 LP set. Tell me I don't need the 4 LP. I can't decide whether I want to pull the trigger. Well, obviously the 4 LP is the same as the 2 CD box set. Not box set, but the two CDs. So did you get? I can't really understand. I got the one T. A 1-to-1. Christ, Tone, wake up. Yeah, the 1-to-1. You got the 1-to-1 CD box set. Okay. The 2 LP set. Okay. Tell me, I don't need. Yeah, you do. Well, you know, it's up to you. You know, the 2 LP set is the hybrid show, which is mostly the afternoon. 4 LP is the, you know, it's the afternoon and the evening show. So it's up to you. Hi, Mazzy. Nice to see you. Greetings. From Seattle, greetings from London to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Eric says hello from Nashville. You've already said hello from Nashville, didn't you, Eric? Sorry, I get a little bit behind because I'm trying to make sure that I answer everybody. Hi, Matthew, calling in from Australia. Nice to have you here. But your boy says Twin Freaks would be nice on CD. Never been done, only vinyl, which I've never seen yet. I've got one, but you're right, it's never been out on CD, and I think people would like that if that happened. Jonathan says about my Christmas present for myself, I'll give it to my wife to wrap up for me. I'm doing the same with Anthology and Wings. It'll make for a great Christmas. It will, but it'll be like, I need to get those presents. But you enjoy them, Jonathan, and have a wonderful Christmas time. Anthony says, from one Tony to another, pleasure to see you, Tony. You too, Anthony. Do you go by Tony as well? I mean, I always used to be called Anthony. When I was a kid, I was always called Anthony. My mum and dad never stopped calling me Anthony. I'll tell you a story, the true story. The first day that I started work, I was working in a bank, and my boss said to me on my very first day, I was 16 years old, and he said to me, welcome, Anthony. I expect everyone calls you Tony. We'll call you Tony. And I was too scared to say, actually, no, nobody calls me Tony. And I've been Tony ever since. And I actually prefer it now. But my mum and dad never stopped calling me Anthony, you know. So there you go. So that's a true story. I was too scared to say, no, they don't. Hi, Paul. The cynic, sarcastic Irishman might suggest that there are so many overdubs on Wings Across America that qualifies as a studio album. Yeah, and that's why you know, I got really pissed off with people going, oh, they've used auto-tune. Big fucking deal. You know, honestly, you know, if anyone could name you know, a live album made in the last 50 years that hasn't, you know, had any studio intervention, I'd like to know its name, because you know, they all had it, and there's no difference between, you know, adding a, you know, a vocal overdub or a guitar overdub here or there than to, you know, changing a couple of notes on autotune. The idea is to make it sound as good as it possibly can, and things go wrong on the night, and that is accepted. Anyone that's ever played in a live band will understand that. They do go wrong in my band quite regularly, but you know things, you know, for a live album you need it corrected. Jason, lovely to see you, mate. Morning to you. Hope you appreciate the special effort to get up early after the unfavourable comparisons to more dedicated Aussies last time. Yeah, that was Paul, wasn't it? As Paul was here, I think something like 4 in the morning or something like that. So nice to see you there. I hope you're having a good weekend, my friend, and happy Sunday to you. Matthew says, if they do a half-speed master of Wings over America, it will be released in 2027, like Wildlife was released in 2022, not 2021, and Ban on the Run was released in 2024. Well, maybe, yeah, maybe, but it did come out. Its actual release was in December 1976. So I don't know. Well, maybe it'll come out in 2027. Maybe it could come out in 2027 because there's no half-speed master 50th anniversary in 2027. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. James says, I did get the book. Andy was supposed to send you my thanks. Oh, right. Okay. No worries. I'm just glad it got to you. PK says, and now for something completely different. Anyone interested in the Stephen Wilson remix of Frankie Goes to Hollywood? Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Release date is 31st of October. Okay, for any Frankie fans out there. Anthony says, agree on all things was passed now. Danny, nice job. Eric says, Paul tickets were $2,200 for Nashville, so no. Okay. I got a few friends going to that Nashville at 4,500 capacity. That was too good an opportunity for them to miss out on. There were supposed to be standing floor tickets for 500, but could only find for 2,200 sound check package when I got in the queue. Okay, yeah, I mean, obviously it was a big virtual bundle on on ticket release day. It's unfortunate. Sorry that you missed out, mate. James said, did you get to watch the Jeff Britton interview from Liverpool? Yes, I did. I did see it. It's good to see him out there talking Wings. Yeah, it was. He didn't really, he didn't have any revelations really. But yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see him being interviewed. I did watch that video. Yeah. It says, the guy that just mentioned Magical Mystery Tour on YouTube, James Hargreaves, did a vid on how the Yellow Submarine film is a kid's version of the Magical Mystery Tour. It was brilliant and may have a point. Yeah, he does like a conspiracy theory, doesn't he? James Hargreaves. I do watch his channel from time to time, particularly his Oasis stuff. I believe you saw Oasis. No, I didn't see them, or at least I hope you were able to. I saw them in New Jersey, and it moved into my top 5 concerts, and that I've seen. And I've seen over 200 concerts. Paul at MSG in '89 is number 1. No, I didn't get to see them because when I did try when they did the tickets, and I got in. I think I was trying to get tickets for Wembley because that's the nearest to me. And I got in, and I was something like about 400,000th in the queue, and like Wembley only holds about 80-odd thousand. So I just thought, bugger this for a game of soldiers. So I just dipped out. I wasn't that bothered, because I was into Oasis when they were around, and I didn't bother to go and see them then. And so I wasn't that fussed about seeing them now, but if a ticket had dropped in my lap, I would definitely have gone, and I'm sure I would have loved it. But because they played all the songs from my favourite era of Oasis, but I didn't. But I'm glad you had a great time. They've had all the shows have had great reviews, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. Tony says, I'm fine with that. Right. Okay. Got it. Mike says, I would like to see Hard Day's Night and Help together in an SDE, along with your idea of Magical Mystery Tour, Yellow Submarine. The goodies that they could include would be great. Scripts, posters, Blu-ray, etc. Yeah, they wouldn't be short of material and stuff like that. Definitely for my friend Andy Nichols. He is adamant that each album deserves its own box, and I do kind of agree with him, but I'm just thinking about how long it takes them to get anything out, and I'm just a bit impatient. And I would welcome a twofer, two for the price. Well, not it wouldn't be for the price of one, that's for sure. But doing two of them at once, or I'd even be happy with two of them in a year. But yeah, there's definitely stuff. Obviously, the what was I going to say? The help. There is a help Blu-ray box that does have the script in it that I have got, so that wouldn't be something new to me, but I think a lot of people would like it. Andrew is in the house. He told me not to call him Andrew because it makes it sound like I'm telling him off for calling him Andrew. So I don't. Sometimes I call him And, which there's only dropping off one syllable, one letter. I only call him that when I'm really in a hurry. Hiya, Andy. Conga Man, hiya, mate. Love you. I think that's love your channel. Thanks very much, mate. And he says the auto-tune controversy is bullshit. Yes, it is. It is. Thank you for calling it out. That's okay. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Right. Okay. Mike's saying hi to Andy. Andy's here. Andy's saying hi to Mike and James. Off to a good start. Immersed in the Power to the People box. I hope you guys got yours. There seems to be a little bit of delay depending on where you are. Stuff arriving on Monday. But I think a lot of people have got it. Where are we? Okay, Dazzle Ships says, do you think BC13 stereo box will ever get a reissue? I don't know. I would love it to, because I haven't got one. All the records in there, all cut by Harry Moss. But I mostly want it. Because those were the records. Those records on the 2 EMI box Parlophone label. Those are the records that I got when I first got into the Beatles, and so I've had them since 1976, and they're a little bit well worn. I would really welcome. A nice clean copy of those. But yeah, I don't know. The thing is that they are really reluctant to do analog pressings from Beatles, from the Beatles multi-tapes, because they're just scared that they might break. That's why everything is digital. They take a digital copy. They run the analog tapes once and take a digital copy, and then everything else comes from that digital copy. That's how they do it now. And imagine if those tapes got damaged, from continually being run and pressed and whatever. So I think it's really unlikely that we would get a true BC13 box again. We might get a digital version, but I'm not sure I'd be interested in that, to be honest, because that would just be kind of like the 1987 CDs, wouldn't it? So I don't know. Tone, any chance of giving us a few notes on the guitar? You know what, Charles? I am the worst guitarist ever. I am the worst guitarist ever. You honestly, you don't want to hear me play the guitar. You don't. You don't. Honestly, I'm a drummer. That's just there for pissing about on. It's not. It's not for. It's not for public performance. I don't think so. Anyway, I suppose I could be persuaded, but I don't really want to. Okay. Andy says, awesome. I'll be giving away a copy on my next live show as I pre-ordered one of Simon sent me. So stay tuned. When is your next live show, Andy? And give it a plug so people tune in. Uncle Paul is here. Big Playhouse, hello. Nice weekend spinning Green Abbey Road and power to the people sets. Cheers, mate, my friend. Enjoy it, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Christopher Hahn says, R.I.P. John Lodge, living proof that you don't have to be immoral to be a rock star. Okay. John Lodge from the Moody Blues, who died this week. That's how they say it on the news, isn't it? After they've just done someone's kind of obituary or the news round, they show all the bits from their career, and they go, John Lodge from the Moody Blues, who died earlier this week. In other news, PK says 3 Beatles box sets, the rise to fame, Beatles manure and Rubber Soul were up to par. Okay. Dave Healy says, do you know the story of the Phil Oakes tracks? Maybe it's somewhere in the book, but I've not read it yet. No, I haven't got through it yet either. I haven't got through it yet, but I'm guessing that he was, it was at the, which one was it? Was it the Ann Arbor one? Or was it the Harlem Apollo? I can't remember. But it was they were obviously taken backstage. I'm guessing that he was on the bill that day as well, because John and Yoko, they only did 3 songs or whatever, and I'm guessing that he was on the bill, and they were just they were just messing about backstage. I'm guessing that's the story. But no, I'm not. I'm kind of not going in order, and I probably need to pick it up a bit. But it's just been so busy. It's been so busy, on the channel and everything else in life as well. So I haven't had chance to read what I haven't read, but I've read a good chunk of it. But I'm not sure whether there's anything on that Phil Oakes bit. But there you go. I will get to it. Matthew's waiting for his Power to the People box from Denmark. They cost so much from Australian sellers. That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Yeah, I know from other people, in Australia, like Jason and Boyan and Paul, watch my channel, that stuff, costs. Well, it costs a lot to get to Australia, wherever you order it. But it's mad that you get it cheaper from Europe than you can from an Australian seller. That is nuts. Hi, Steve. Nice to see you. I didn't hear earlier when I posted it, but there's another Ringo release coming. Stop and Smell the Roses on liquid vinyl. Yes, I heard that. Apparently, it's actually liquid in the vinyl. Yes, it is. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. It's crazy. I can't understand. Stop and Smell the Roses had so many. It's had so many re-releases. It's come out just recently on, picture disc. It had a record store day release that it was on a kind of red and cream or pink and cream coloured vinyl. It expanded to two LPs, and now it's come out again in liquid vinyl. It's not a great album, is it? It's not a great album. It's an improvement. It's an improvement on Bad Boy and Ringo the Fourth, but it's not great, is it? And it's afforded so many re-releases, yet we cannot get a Ringo box set. It's nuts. It is nuts. So, yeah, I had heard about that one as well. Hi, Tony. Nice to see you. Uh, uh, you added to your wall. I love it. Yes, I have. Yeah. Joan gave me the Wings Over America picture when we were in Chicago. She got that printed, and which is great, and I love that as well. And I've had a little bit of a shift around to incorporate that. Every time I see footage of an engineer rewinding an original master tape, I'm always afraid it's going to snap off. It does come to abrupt stop sometimes. Yeah, it does. It does. And you can understand when these tapes are so old, you can understand, why they are reluctant to press from analog. It's a real shame. Yeah, I saw your message, Tony. Andy's answering there. No live show tomorrow. The next one will be on the road after one of the next Macca gigs, probably after the Minneapolis show. So Andy is off on the road shortly and taking in quite a few cities around the States, going to Nashville and Minneapolis and where else you going, Andy? I've lost track. I know I've got the spreadsheet. But off the top of my head, I've forgotten until they come. Noah is here. What's up? Yeah, everything's great. Thanks, Noah. I hope it is with you as well. PK says there were some errors in my typing. Okay, we need 3 more Beatles sets. The Rise to Fame, Beatlemania, and Rubber Soul. That's what I meant. Got ya. Okay, and that would be combined, albums combined. I get what you're saying. Tony D says, do you have interest in the Ringo Starr coloured vinyl? Yeah, I'm afraid I do. So I've got original, I think the first pressings of Sentimental Journey, Book of Blues, and Ringo. I haven't got first pressing of Goodnight Vienna. I've got a reissue. I think it was the 2017 one. So I'm kind of interested. So what I'm thinking is I don't need Goodnight Vienna because I've got a digital LP of that. But the first 3. They look so good. And because they're original copies that I've got on vinyl, I could do with a refresh, but they're really expensive. So I am interested in them. I just haven't. I'm still deliberating about those. Farrell says Ringo must be drinking again. Do you know if the rest of the Power to People box set will be available for streaming, apart from the 1-to-1 shows? I would imagine that now. Who was it said it? Was it PK who said it? I can't remember who said it now. But the whole box is available on Quobuzz already. But I'm pretty sure that the rest of the box will be coming to Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon Music and all the rest. I'm not sure why it's not there now, but if you subscribe to Quobuzz, then you can hear it all now. Right, Matthew says, I don't know if it's been mentioned, but Paul's Wonderful Christmas Time in yellow vinyl and Paul's Happy Christmas in green being released as part of the Christmas singles box, as part of Christmas singles box set. Well, I didn't know it was part of a box set. I thought it was just standalone. Yes, but yeah, we did know. And that they are coming, but they're expensive, aren't they? They're £15 anyway here. It's a lot for a single, isn't it? It's a lot for a single. I know it's par for the course these days, but it's a lot for a single. Oh, Eric, you're a drummer as well. Cool. Ash says they're also being released individually on 31st of October. Okay, I didn't know that there was going to be a Christmas box set. What's in it then, apart from those 2 things? Are you talking about the the Christmas messages from the 60s? What else is in it? Is going to be in it? Tony D got the 2 LP box set 2 minutes ago. Okay, great. He got the LP box set. Great, enjoy it, Tone. Enjoy it. Stephen says, how many tunes are there with Phil Oakes on the Power to the People? Four. I'd only ever heard of one of them, Joe Hill. That's one of the songs that they do. And I only know that because Billy Bragg did a cover of it on one of his albums. So, yeah, I enjoyed those, actually. Tony's opening his box now. We're getting a blow by blow. You should be opening it on your channel, Tone. You should be opening it on your channel. We've stayed steady at 107 viewers for about an hour. That's fabulous. Thank you, everyone who's here. Absolutely fabulous. Larry says, love your Beatles chat. Always looking. Thank you, Larry. I'm glad you enjoy it. Thanks for being part of it. PK, it was PK who said Power to the People is complete on Quobuzz right now. For anyone who wants to go and watch it, if you've got a subscription. Steve says, totally agree about the Ringo box set. What is that one? Trying to work out these acronyms. Also available on Yellow Submarine vinyl. What is that one? I'm trying to work it out. STR. It'll come to me. It'll come to me in a minute. Or someone will tell me. That's just, first of all, Ringo's album on colour vinyl is far cheaper to buy from the USA than Europe. Yeah, so they've is it? Because on the website it says it's $30, but you've got to add postage and packing and US tax to that as well. So are they cheaper? When I weighed it up against one of the UK sites, there was virtually nothing in it. So I still don't know where I'm going to be ordering from. If I do order from, I think it was actually slightly cheaper on Ringo's site than it was on. I think it was Sound of Vinyl, who are doing it's $35.99, or is it 30? No, 30. It's 35 quid in the UK plus postage. So it'll probably get here quicker from them. Oh, Stop and Smell the Roses. Of course it is. Stop and Smell the Roses. Sorry. We're an hour and 40 into this. Thank you, Steve, for filling me in there. Andy, Minneapolis, Tulsa, San Antonio in October, Nashville and Montreal in November. That's it. Right. Got it. I've got it. Don't test me on it, though, tomorrow, because I would have forgotten. Dave says, I used to get some coloured vinyl records in the 70s when they started to appear. However, I've little interest in rebuying albums I already have on coloured picture discs, new recordings. Okay. Everyone, has their own thing, don't they? Everyone has their own thing. And, there's no right or wrong answers. And, there was people, in the comments of the Abbey Road, the Green Abbey Road vinyl. And people were just making idiotic comments. Not many, but a few. Why would anyone buy something they already own, just because it's on coloured vinyl? Well, the answer is because they want to, right? That's the answer. It's simple. Why people get annoyed about how other people spend their money is just totally beyond me. It's just totally beyond me. What is that about? It's not coming out of their bank account. It doesn't affect their life in any way. What drives someone to on the keyboard? Why are you buying this? Why are you buying this? What a waste of money. You're an idiot. Okay, I'm an idiot. I buy what I like, and that is it. That is it. And everyone else must do the same. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That is absolutely fine, and absolutely no retribution from anyone if you're not buying whatever you don't buy. Everyone doesn't buy things for different reasons, and it's completely up to you. But for someone to come on come in the comments and say you must be a bloody idiot buying this on coloured vinyl, when you've already got it and there's no advanced, there's no increased sale or not sound improvement or anything like that. It's up to people buy what they want to buy. Hiya. Right. Okay. Yes, please. Thank you. Mrs. Beatley Tone's just come back from ABBA. She doesn't always dress like she's from the 70s. She doesn't always dress like she's from the 70s. She's just come back from the ABBA show in London. So that's why she's dressed like a lunatic. Yes, I would like a cup of tea. Thank you. Okay, PK says, yes, I know now, don't I? I know now. I need to be quicker on this. Right. William says, hi Tone. What's your opinion on the weight that can be put on the vinyl on the turntable? Are they a good thing? Well, I've got it's like a screw thing that it just covers the label, but it's not particularly heavy, but it came with my turntable. Sometimes I don't even bother using it because I quite like to see the label. But I think that it does. It can help, particularly if your record is a little bit like that. If it's an old record or whatever, it can probably help. But I don't use it all the time, and I don't really notice any particular difference. I did see this really cool thing on Amazon the other day, actually, that I was a little bit tempted by. It's like an acrylic slip mat, but it's like luminous green around the outside. So when it goes round like that, you're just seeing this like luminous green circle going round. I'm a little bit tempted by it, and they do it in all different colours, but I probably won't. But anyway, hi Eric, good to see you. I'm just going to take a sip of drink. Eric says, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks. I hope you are too. I didn't recognise that accurately. I was imagining some atomic guitars to rock. Yeah, that's that. I reckon that would probably be a much better album, actually. But there you go. Yeah, no, it's stupid, really, because we were just talking about it. So it should have been like instant, shouldn't it? Right. Matthew says, for Australians, 260 Aussie dollars compared with 420 Aussie dollars. Okay. Crazy. Steve says, read Beatle Boys last message, read Beatles box set. Oh, okay. This one. Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, Elton John, Beach Boys included in Christmas box set, all coloured too. Okay, it's interesting. I hadn't heard about that. We've had that one, haven't we? Mazzy says the internet is so judgmental. Drop the judge part. Yes, absolutely mental. Yeah, I know. People just buy what you want to buy, and if you don't want to buy it, then don't buy it. It really is that simple. And okay, John's telling me, everyone's telling me, stop and smell the roses. Andy says, well said, Tone. Yeah, thank you. Eric says, one record I was never interested in buying was a Sgt. Pepper picture disc. It didn't have a great gatefold cover. Are you talking about the one that came out in the 70s? Because I did buy that. I bought two of those. The Sgt. Pepper and the Abbey Road ones of those in the 60s. They sounded awful. And you're right. The Sgt. Pepper doesn't have the gatefold. It has a cutout where you see the picture disc through the whole. Or are you talking about the picture disc for the 2017 remix? The remix. I didn't buy that. At all. I've only bought the Revolver one and the Let It Be one, I think, from that set on picture disc. But there you go. Okay, James says, were you ever a Genesis fan with either Peter Gabriel or Phil Collins singing? Now, look, I've got a complicated history with Genesis. So first of all, right, I am not a fan of prog. right? I don't really like prog, but I don't like prog, and the songs are just too long. They're just too long. If they're not clocking in at 20 minutes, they're not pulling their weight, and that's these days. I can't listen to a song that's 20 minutes long because I'm going to need a wee at some point during that song. And so, I'm not a fan of prog. However, when I was at school, it was the height of prog, I was a teenager when I was 14, 15. We're talking about 75, 76. That's when I was 14 and 15. And, all my friends, they were all into prog. They're all into prog. Genesis, yes. Jethro Tull, all these sort of bands. And, and there's me, and I'm kind of just discovering the Beatles, or even before that, I'm into bands like 10cc and Sparks and bands like that, and and Queen, before I discovered the Beatles, and and they're into this heavy duty stuff. So I'm not really a fan of Peter Gabriel, Genesis, but I am a fan of Peter Gabriel's solo work. So I've got quite a lot of Peter Gabriel's solo albums. I've got 1 to 4, and I think it's called Gabriel Plays Live. Is that live double album? And I've got that CD box set of the So album, where you get the concert from 1986, I think, or 87 with it. So I am a fan of Peter Gabriel as a solo artist. I'm not really a fan of the Genesis stuff, but I gave it a go. I gave it a go quite recently. I was doing a bit of crate digging. I found a copy of Foxtrot and Selling England by the Pound, and I bought them, and I played Foxtrot, and it was okay. It was okay, but I'm not a big fan. Now, with Phil Collins singing, different story. I do like Invisible Touch. I do like I Can't Dance, or We Can't Dance. I can't remember which way. The track was called one thing, and the album was called the other thing, wasn't it? And I can't remember which way round it is. I've got both of those on vinyl and CD. I've got the one that's just called Genesis, with the yellow sleeve with Mama on it. So yeah, I'm okay with the later period Genesis. I did see them. I saw them live at Earl's Court in '92, I think it was, on the We Can't Dance tour. But so that's my story. That's my story about Genesis. So there you go. Steve says, I agree. It's no one else's business what you buy, Tone. But I do have 11 white albums. I know. I was going to look today. I was going to look today on Discord, because I've got all my stuff. I'm still logging my non-Beatles CD material, but I've got all my albums and all my Beatles CDs now logged on Discogs, and I was going to look to see how many copies of Abbey Road I've actually got. And Discogs has been down all afternoon. All afternoon, there's been no Discogs. Thanks very much. Thank you. It's been down all afternoon, so I wasn't able to do that. But yeah, 11 white albums. I'm probably around the same number. I would think it's probably a little bit excessive. Right. Larry says, CDs are great, but I've been buying old vinyl EPs. Love them. Okay.
Sorry, I'm going.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm just listening to you.
Okay. I thought you wanted something. It's all right. It's all right. Dave says, not criticising anyone or calling anyone an idiot. I would prefer to have some new material. Didn't mean to. No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you, Dave. It wasn't. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about people that specifically said you are an idiot on the video in the comments. And I don't mind people. I don't mind people. Sometimes I quite like the banter. But if it's too offensive, then I'll get rid of it. But I quite like the banter because I like the comeback. I like thinking about the comeback and doing the comeback. So there you go. But I've seen other channels, and they're usually really funny videos. I've seen Larry do it, and a few other channels where they do a video specifically calling out comments that they've had on their videos and with their response. And I don't, I've not done one of those because I don't want to discourage people from writing what they want to write. And having to think twice. Oh God, is this a stupid comment? Is he going to call this out and put it in a video? So I don't do that, but I do come back, on the comments. If someone calls me an idiot, as I'll say, you'll be able to see, you can see them on that video. Mazzy says table weights can be great, however, Riga does not recommend them on their tables. Okay. So that's an answer. I can't remember who asked that question. I can't remember who it was that asked the question, but yeah. So I have got one for mine. It does come with it came with my turntable. I don't have a Rager. I've got a Michelle Engineering gyro deck, and it's not that mine is. It's not that heavy. It's just like plastic, but it's just to tighten it down, I suppose. But I don't often use it, to be honest. Matthew says Ringo's Old Wave is also released on yellow vinyl at the same time as Stop and Smell the Roses. Right. Yeah, it was, and that's another fairly poor album that's had multiple reissues, yet we can't get Ringo in a box set. PK says Drag Gurus indeed. I'm not sure what that is. There's a private conversation going on there. It's none of my business. James says my only frustration with things like Abbey Road on Green LP would be that we could have a rubber sole rather than that. Well, look. I don't think the fact that the Abbey Road coming out on green vinyl at HMV is holding anything up whatsoever. There's no work to be done on it. It's the 2019 Giles Martin remix on green vinyl, and it's exclusive to HMV here in the UK. I think it's a Target exclusive in America. I think it's JB something or other in Australia. They've got it. I don't think it's holding up anything because there's no work gone into it. It's just a reissue for a bit of fun. Farrell said, I was talking to Eric. Okay. Right. Steve says, all right. No, don't. It'll take you forever. Everyone is shouting out, Stop and Smell the Roses. It's had the most publicity it's had for 30 years during this live stream, that album. Okay, Eric says, Farrell, I've heard that the picture discs generally sound bad. The old ones do. The new ones are great. I mean, they've improved coloured vinyl and picture discs incredibly since the 70s. The old ones used to sound horrible, but they're okay now. Lila's here. Oh, Lila, hi, Lila from Liverpool. Right, Bowie Crosby, Little Drummer Boy, re-released on picture disc. Lovely new version. Okay. Okay. They're still calling it out. For those who are allergic to roses, the title could be Stop and Blow Your Noses. Yeah. Surprised on how critics are not complaining about Paul's voice on the tour. Saw it in Palm Desert, sounding great. Live Hall. Yeah, well, you know what it's like when you see him live, Serge. It's completely different to watching a video on YouTube that's been filmed on a phone, with a condenser mic, It's completely different when you're in the room. Of course there are notes that he struggles with. I can pick out the beginning of Maybe I'm Amazed when it's just him on the piano, just piano and voice. He sounds vulnerable, but when the band kick in and he's and then he's kind of giving it some, within that hoarse voice, it sounds brilliant. Sounds brilliant. When I saw him in London last year, back end of last year, he was great. It was the best I'd heard his voice for a long time. It was really good. So it is completely different when you see him live to how you see him on a YouTube video, filmed on a phone. Definitely. Did you see they've announced the actresses that will portray the Beatles' wives in the biopics? No, I hadn't. I have to say, I'm not really that interested in the biopics. I will go and see them, but I don't like biopics. And I just think that in the format, there's not enough time. There's not enough time to tell a proper story. So you've got to take a section of it, and I don't like the look-alike thing and all that sort of stuff. I'm just not a fan of biopics. So I will go and see them, but I kind of don't care whether they're good or they're not. Steve says, will you please just stop and smell the roses? All right, enough already. Enough stopping and smelling the roses. Enough. Elias says, I think picture discs are more for looking at rather than playing. But you would think that with today's technology, you could get vinyl to still sound good. Yeah, well, they do sound good. Picture discs. These days they do sound good. And I think that for people that have got it on black vinyl, then maybe the picture disc copy is just something. It's just something to collect, and like you say, something to look at. But someone might choose the the picture disc rather than the black vinyl, because unless you've got a super duper hi-fi system, I'm talking about 25 grand's worth of kit, you're probably not going to be able to tell the difference, to be absolutely honest. Right, okay. Hi there. What do you think about Zoetrope vinyls? I think they're rubbish. I don't like them because I just think they're pointless, because you've got to stand over them with your phone when it's going around on the turntable and look through the app on your phone to see all the pictures moving. Who wants to listen to music like that? I want to go and sit back on the sofa and listen to music. So not for me. I did buy the Wonderful Music and Electronic Sound ones, and I've still never made it to the end of Electronic Sound, I have to say. But either on Zoetrope or on Black Vinyl. but there you go. But no, they're not for me. They're not for me. But anyone that wants to buy them or collect them, you do you, and that's exactly how it should be. I also don't think they sound that great. I think they sound, I think normal picture discs sound absolutely fine, but I don't think the Zoetropes sound that great, to be honest. Larry can't wait for Anthology. Always thought it was poor sounding. Now, funny enough, I always thought it was okay. I thought the CDs were good. Obviously, the early recordings are a bit ropey, but the studio stuff I always thought sounded pretty good. I think, from what I've heard, I think that we're touching 2 hours now, and I'm starting to fade. The remastered versions do sound better. They do sound better. That's just from streaming. So hearing them, on vinyl, on CD, on your hi-fi, you'll probably notice a big difference. Nick said I had to step away, and you're still. I'm still here, Nick. I'm still here. Still here. Just about to touch 2 hours. We've got 113 on. That's absolutely fantastic. Please give it a like. That would be great if you could do that. Lila says, everyone check out the lyrics to Record Store Day by Half Man, Half Biscuit. Yes, excellent lyrics. Yeah, their stuff's always pretty amusing, isn't it? Half Man, Half Biscuit. What was that song I did? All I Want for Christmas is a Duke Prague away shirt, or something like that, wasn't it? I think that was them, wasn't it? They're from Liverpool, right? I just see Patrick Bateman wielding an axe every time I hear Studio now. Got Move On Fast in the background. How good and powerful. Brilliant. I love that song. I love that song. She really does. You know what? You know, I've said this before, and you know, I'm not. I really like Yoko's stuff when she does you know, pop and rock stuff. I think that her lyrics are really, really clever. But you know, I don't like the sort of the avant-garde sort of stuff. But you know, if you've seen 1-to-1, I think it was in the film 1-to-1, and we saw it at the listening party on Thursday. The video from the 1-to-1 show of her doing "Don't Worry, Kyoko." And it is all about the performance. You know, I think that sort of stuff, that avant-garde, the screaming, the wailing, that sort of stuff, doesn't come across great as an audio-only format. It's very monotonous. But when you see her actually performing it, it's something else. It's something else. It's something completely different. And yeah, Move On Fast on Power to People is great. I love it. I love it. And I really like that track. There's also a live track from the Jerry Lewis telethon on the box called Now or Never, which was a track on Approximately Infinite Universe, which is a song that I've always really liked, with really moving lyrics as well. Really, really good songs. There's a live version of that on the box as well. Okay, James says Peter Gabriel's solo albums, especially his first 5, are fantastic. His last album from 2023 is really good. Okay, I haven't got anything actually later than so, but I do really like those first 5 and the live album and that sort of stuff. But maybe I should be checking out his new album. Okay. Eric says, everyone I've ever owned sounded terrible. The last one I picked up was a single from Egypt Station, which was a picture disc. I know the one that you mean. And I picked it up on Record Store Day. Sounds awful. Oh, well, I've got it. I think it sounds okay. I thought it sounds okay. But okay. Maybe you had a daft copy. Is the Christmas song included in the John Lennon box? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's odd, actually. I think someone brought this up on my channel. I know they sent me an email, that they haven't put out the B-side of that, you know, because Happy Christmas War Is Over has been, you know, it's on the Imagine box it's on the Imagine box, but they haven't put out the other side of it. Listen, the Snow Is Falling on any of them yet, which is decent. But I wouldn't mind hearing a remix of that. Do you prefer Macca or John Lennon Christmas song? I prefer John Lennon's Christmas song. That was an easy one. Like them both, obviously, but I prefer John Lennon's. Jason says, great chat, mate, but it's 6 a.m. here. Oh, God. The sun is coming up, heading for 30 degrees in Sydney today. And there is surf that needs to be surfed. Have a great weekend. Jason, thank you for spending time here in the middle of the night, which is effectively the middle of the night for you. Really appreciate it. You go and get some sunshine and do some surfing and have a great Sunday. And I will speak to you soon, mate. Here we go. What's that mean? What do you mean, Andy? What's that referring to? John says, "Do you like meatloaf?" No, of course I don't. No, I'm not a fan. Mrs. Beatley Tone is a fan. Well, she's got Bat Out Hell, and she loves it. But I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of meatloaf. I'll do anything for love, but won't do that. What? What is it that you won't do? Right. Lila says, if you had met Sean, would you have mentioned the admitted song? Do you think no one mentioned it so as not to spoil a good night? I wouldn't have any problem asking him about it. You know, I do know the reason, but I do think that that Sean is going to be public about this. I know there is an interview coming out in Mojo. The next issue of Mojo. I don't know whether it's going to be in that or something else, but he will say something, and I just don't think it's right for anyone to say anything until Sean has said it. But you know, it's bloody obvious. The reason why is bloody obvious, and you know, people that are blaming him for it are blaming the wrong person. I'm just gonna say that because they wanted it on there. There was a remix done of it, and you know, maybe it will see the light of day someday. But there you go. So yeah, I wouldn't have had any problems, you know, talking to him about it. I wouldn't have done it in an accusing way, if that's what you mean. But you know, I would have asked for if he could tell me the exact reasons. But you know, I think we kind of know the exact reasons, don't we? Right. Okay. Selling England by the pound. Okay. Nick says selling England by the pound is an old love of mine. Oh, maybe I need to give it more time. Gates of Delirium Awaken. Let's go, Tone. Okay, let's go. Let's get it out. I'll get it on tonight. Domino by Genesis. Super. Yeah. Oh, Supper's ready. Yeah, that's on Foxtrot, isn't it? I actually managed to get right to the end of that. I got to the end of Supper's Ready, which I'm quite proud of. Stop and Blow Your Nose is appropriate, seeing the album Sinks, and he was doing coke at the time. Okay. Oh, God. Beatle Dave did a video about all the Beatle and solo stuff coming out in 2025. There were lots, but he missed the George and Ring. Yeah, well, if you want to, you know, if you want a roundup of everything that's coming out, then you can watch my video, because I did one, you know, before Dave did his, and so you can get everything on that if you want. John said Meat was sensational over here in 1977. Yeah. Well, he got famous for that performance on the Whistle Test here in the UK. Matthew's Abbey Road's been delayed. Heidi High or bread? Definitely bread. It's like secretly when Lila comes up, I kind of want to call her Lilo Lil, but I can't. But yeah, definitely bread. It's all about timing, Spike. Right. Okay. Steve says that John live album sounds great. By the way, yeah, it does. What's Shapes 1983? Is that another Genesis album or Peter Gabriel album? I don't know. Yeah, that was the place in Australia selling the Ringo stuff. Justin says Stop and Smell the Roses is a great album. Steve says if we go on about Stop and Smell the Roses enough, the Ringo camp will send us a copy. David Jackson says, hope you're well. Yeah, I am starting to get a bit of a cold actually, but I'm okay generally. Tony says the bonus songs on Stop and Smell are great. After watching footage of Paul's new tour on YouTube, it seems to me that his voice gets stronger as the night goes on. Yeah, I always think he needs about 4 or 5 songs to get his vocals going these days, I think, and he gets better as it goes on. Paul McCartney is a national treasure. Absolutely, he is. Tony says, I'm sorry you blokes in the UK can't get coloured vinyl easily. Well, we can get it easily now. There are sites selling it. You're talking about the Ringo stuff. It is available in the UK now, but it's expensive. Larry says, I love we're talking about these Beatles. Pure love. Yeah, me too. It's certainly the only topic I could talk for 2 hours, 10 minutes without a breather. So yeah, and it hold my interest. Steve says the picture disc Beatles singles sound good. Biopics can really mess up a lot of things. I really hope that the 4 Beatles movies will be good. I hope that they will portray some of the same things from different perspectives. I'd be amazed if they do. But you never know. Lynn says biopics are generally not good. Expect to pick them apart. Guess who plays her? I've no idea. I don't know any of these people. I don't know. I'm not very good with actors and actresses. I don't know who they are. Sorry. We're getting releases from all 4 solo Beatles and the Beatles anthology. It's amazing. Yep. As I said earlier, it is like the busiest time I can remember as far as the number of releases and the different things that have been releases. Sorry, Tone. This earlier been out crate digging today around Surrey. Got a great bunch of McCartney CDs at Ben's in Guildford. I know that shop. I make a special effort to come all the way from Essex to Guildford to go to that shop because I love it. It's such a good record shop. It's one of the best around, and it's a long drive for us, but it's a nice day out, and you have lunch in Guildford, and it's it's a kind of the first time I went there, it was a kind of a pile them high, sell them cheap sort of things. Lots of albums for around £5, secondhand albums and stuff like that. Love that shop. I went back there a second time, maybe a couple of years later, with some albums that I'd been given to sell, and not so much in there, so I ended up keeping them. Not so much in there the second time, but I will give it another go quite soon. But a great shop. Glad you found something there. When I was there, he told me that the reason why he didn't have much stuff was he had a Japanese buyer had come into the shop and literally bought his whole stock and exported to Japan, and so he was kind of rebuilding his stock. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. Absolutely. Bootlegs sound better. Lila says biopics are always part truth, part fiction. Yeah. A nice little story stretched into legend, twisted truths and overblown situations to be taken with a massive pinch of salt. Yes, that's what I think too. Congo Man says, I just joined. How does Abbey Road green vinyl sound? Yeah, it sounds absolutely fine. Sounds great. Sounds just like the black vinyl version, if I'm honest. It sounds absolutely fine. It's totally flat, no pops and cracks. So what else can you ask for? Razor Blade Ali loves Half Man, Half Biscuit. Stuart is here. I think the anthology studio cuts were pristine, a significant upgrade on the 1987 masters. So you think that the anthology outtakes are better than the finished versions? Is that what you're saying? The Trumpton riots. Yeah. I'm right about that. All I want for Christmas is the Dukla Prague away shirt or something like that, or away kit. That was them, wasn't it? Hey Tone, for the uninitiated, what Yoko album would you recommend for a first dive? I think the best two are, the best three actually are Approximately Infinite Universe, Feeling the Space, and Season of Glass. Those are the ones that I like best. Season of Glass is quite a hard listen because it was made like about 6 months after John's murder, using the Double Fantasy band. But the songs are good. It's quite a hard listen. Approximately Infinite Universe uses the Elephant's Memory Band as the backing band. That's a double album. And Feeling the Space is a single album that uses the same band, the Crack musicians that were on Mind Games. Really good lineup on that album as well. So all of those are good. Tony loves collecting coloured vinyl and picture disc set. Don't care for multiple compilations. Okay. Sometimes listen to electronic sound from start to finish. Meanwhile, I take a shower. So you don't have your record deck, your hi-fi in your bathroom. No. Tony loves Wonderwall. I'm not that fussed about it, to be honest, but Vinyl Richie loves the second side of Live Peace in Toronto due to the Screamfest, does he now? Well, each their own. Coloured vinyl is no longer an issue. Picture discs are better than they used to be, but still not quite the same as self-coloured vinyl. Abbey Road picture disc has a bit of surface noise. Okay, I don't have that one. I just have the one from 1978, and it's awful. Howard says, hi Tone, how familiar are you with the 1973 James Paul McCartney TV special? Do you think it would make a good album? I remember it. I haven't watched it for a while. I think the last time I watched it was when the Red Rose Speedway archive edition came out. It was included in that, the video of it. It's got some good songs on it. It's got some others that aren't so great. I'm not sure about it as a standalone album. I'm not sure if it stands on its own as an album. If there's enough good stuff on it. Steve says, love the lenticular cover on Powers to the People. I tell you what, the listening party, they had a huge lenticular picture, which apparently I was told belonged to Simon Hilton. It was massive. I wanted it. It was great. You had to actually walk past it to actually see the pictures move. If I could have got away with it, I would have stuck it under my coat. Not that it would have fitted under my coat. It might have been a bit of trouble on the tube with it, but I really like it. I really like it. I'd love to put it on the wall. Justin says Yoko had better material than John on Double Fantasy. Her stuff on side one, great. Kiss Kiss Kiss, Give Me Something, I'm Moving On, really good songs. I don't think any of them are better than Watching the Wheels or I'm Losing You or Woman. So I wouldn't say that she had better songs than John, but she definitely had more modern sounding songs than John did. She was obviously, I wouldn't say that she was influenced by punk, because she was doing what punk was doing, long before punk rock raised its ugly head. But obviously her music on, particularly on those three tracks, which are the fast songs, were definitely more acceptable to a wider audience, having been through the punk new wave thing. So yeah. So I wouldn't say they were better, but I do really like those three songs on the first side. I'm not mad about Beautiful Boys or I'm Your Angel. I think Hard Times Are Over is good, and Every Man Has Got a Woman is fabulous as well. Really good, really good. James says, thanks, Tony, for everything. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Got to sign off. See you soon. Take care. Blessings. And to you, my friend, all the best. I'm gonna have to wrap up soon as well. What's the time? It's 20 past 8. We've still got 91 on. It's a lot of people. Stuart said, someone told me that black isn't a natural colour. Anyway, well, black is a coloured vinyl. It's a coloured vinyl, so really it shouldn't be any different from black vinyl or red vinyl. Tone, what is your true opinion on Macca's voice at 83? A lot of criticism at the moment on his tour. Well, I did say something just a little bit earlier. I think it's a lot. It sounds completely different when you're actually at the venue hearing him do it live than it does on a mobile phone, which is a video which has been recorded through a condenser mic from about 3 miles away from the stage. So, I don't think people can criticize him on the basis of what they've heard. If you've been to one of his shows and you've had a shit time, then you're probably one of the very few people that haven't enjoyed yourself at a Paul McCartney gig. So that's how I feel about it. It is what it is. He's 83 years old. Of course, he's going to struggle with some notes. He's going to struggle to reach some notes. That is only to be expected. But I say this about my drumming when we're rehearsing with the band, and they say you missed a beat there. I say, yeah, but look at all the ones I got. So it's the same sort of thing for Paul. Look at all the notes that he hit. So you got to play the percentage game, haven't you? And is his voice like it was in the 70s or 80s? No, it's not. It's not. Not even the 90s. But it is what it is. He's 83, and lots of people are getting the chance to go and see him, and that's a great thing. And so I've never known anyone come out of a Paul McCartney gig and say it was horrible, it was terrible. Everyone that goes to see him says it was brilliant. So there you go. I would also like to say that I was due to have Beatle Brad on as a guest on this live stream. As he asked me a few weeks ago if he could come on and do a live stream with me, and I said yeah. I sent him an email about 3 days ago, and he was going to come on. He was going to come on and show some of the stuff, and you could have asked him some questions and all that sort of stuff. But he never got back to me, so I hope he's all right. If you're watching this, Brad, let me know that you're okay, because I'm surprised that you didn't get back to me on that. Okay. Steve says, don't forget George's New Year's Eve song, Ding Dong, Ding Dong. Any interest in epic movie? What's that? I don't know what that. Or do you mean epic movies as a genre? I'm not sure what you mean, Lila. It's 205 here in Chicago. Tony D saying hello to Nick. How can you not like Close to the Edge? Because I just don't like that proggy thing. I just can't do it. It's like I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't do, as far as songs go, if you can't say it in 5 minutes, it's probably not worth saying. I mean, there are a few exceptions to that rule. There's a few Bob Dylan tracks that are really good that are 10 minutes or whatever. Bohemian Rhapsody, Hey Jude and stuff like that. But I basically like my music to be, under 5 minutes, a song to be under 5 minutes. So I don't, long, instrumental passages, tricky drum patterns, things in 8/12 time and all that sort of stuff. It just doesn't. I don't know. It's just never really done it for me. Steve says we live in different times now compared to 1972, and no one uses that word now outside of Tarantino movie. No, of course they don't. you know, people like are saying, "Oh, woke this and woke that," but it's not. It's not really a question of, you know, of wokeism. It's more a question of common decency, really, isn't it? Uh, Tony says, "I pretended to be sick to see Yes in concert." Okay, we'll get a day off school, or a day off work, or whatever. Right, okay, where are we? Oh, we're still on Stop and Smell the Roses, approximately named in that as is a disaster. Well, it's not actually. It's not a disaster. It's got a few crappy tracks on it, but most of it is okay. It says, "Come down on the 23rd for a pint. We can heckle Philip Norman." Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Lilo Lil, greetings. I'm trying to get through these. Tony, if there were no Beatles, would you have gone for Jerry and the Pacemakers or Billy J. Kramer? Billy's still turning out records today. No, I wouldn't have gone for either of them, really. Or you saying I can only choose one of those? You know, I don't have to choose. You know, a group from Liverpool. I mean, like lots of other bands from lots of other places. You know, so you know, I've got backups if the Beatles hadn't existed. But if you're asking me to choose, I've got to choose one or the other. Then I'm going Billy Joe Kramer. Okay, Move On Fast is amazing on the hybrid diskette. That's the afternoon show. Lila, Lil, oh, love it. When the original Joey left bread, it lost something. Yeah, it did. How about Macca's lavatory line? Yeah, yeah, I did used to like bread. It was fun, and it had what's his name in it, didn't it? What was his name in it? Shifty, who was Trevor Jordash. Was he called Shifty? Trevor Jordash from Brookside. Love Brookie. Keeping Up Appearance or One Foot in the Grave. I never really watched One Foot in the Grave, and I didn't really watch Keeping Up Appearances much. But if I have to choose, probably Keeping Up Appearances. But I think that One Foot in the Grave is probably better. But I've just seen more of Keeping Up Appearances. All the breadcasts were replaced, including the Rubbish Aveline. Yeah, she was replaced by Melanie Hill, wasn't she? Who went on to be in Corrie. Billy Boswell. That was a little kid. Tony says, "I love Julian Lennon's music. His new EP is sold out before release. Hoping they restock." Okay, it's interesting. I don't really buy Beatles Kids records, but I think Mike recommended the Julian Lennon new song to me. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. Justin says, "Great year to be a Beatles fan. Band and solo work to collect and enjoy. Yeah, it's busy. Love the way the Harrison actor for the love the way they cast the Harrison actor for the Ruttles. Such a fine line. What you mean, making him an Indian guy? I guess that's what you mean." Stig O'Hara was his name. Stig O'Hara. That was his name in the Ruttles, wasn't it? That wasn't his real name. I like Meatloaf, the food more than the singer. Yeah, me too. Right, how far behind am I? I'm about a quarter of an hour behind. Right. Right. Oh, no. I can't do that. Oh, they're both absolutely brilliant, aren't they? I got it. Fly. These little fruit flies are flying around all over the place. Oh God. No, I can't. I can't choose. They are both brilliant. They are both brilliant. Love them both. I love them both, and I love Leonard Rossiter and Reggie Perrin as well. Is just one of my favorite comedy series of all time. Reggie Perrin, the original, that is. No, the sound quality is better in my opinion. I'm not sure what that means. What we're talking about here. Oh, you're talking about anthology. Ah, right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, because with almost 10 years, almost 10 years in CD technology. Are You Being Served or Dad's Army? Oh, Are You Being Served? Are You Being Served? Because that's more. It's kind of more my era, I think. The 70s. Mrs. Slocum's Pussy and all that, and Are You Free? I think Are You Being Served? But let's be honest, they were both dreadful, weren't they? But memories of childhood and all that sort of stuff. I dreamt that Jim Keltner was performing at the fest, and you were in the audience. Okay. Bottom or Alexis Sale stuff. Oh God. I loved Alexis Sale series that was on the BBC. I wasn't a big fan of Bottom, although I absolutely loved the young ones. The Bottom was a little bit too silly for me, and too much sort of too slapsticky. That's what I mean. It's too slapsticky for me. But I did love the young ones. And Alexis Sale, he had a couple of series on BBC, didn't he? And they. Who's that ugly bastard? A-L-E X-E-I-S-C-Y-L-E. That one, that had that tune. That was a great series. New production of Mind Games is a revelation. It really is. It really is. It's really up that album tone. Have you heard the group, The Analogs? Yeah, I've seen their videos on YouTube. They're good. They are good. Steve says, when Yoko sings properly, it sounds quite contemporary with hindsight. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for a great show tonight. You're welcome, Charles. Paul, hi, mate. I bought the Abbey Road Green vinyl. Totally your fault. I hate you. Thanks very much. I'm costing him money. For God's sake, the man is 83. He is a monument. On top of that, our voice has changed as well through the years. Yeah, absolutely right. I'm hoping Brad's okay. I wanted him to come on and show, and show a few things, and you guys could ask him questions about his collecting and all that sort of stuff. But he didn't get back to me, so I just hope he's okay. I'm sure he is. Joe Mayo is live in an hour. Well, I'll definitely be gone by then. Oh, hang on. Joe says in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Right. I'm gonna pull this in a minute, and you guys can go over to Joe. Let's keep it. Let's just keep it going for 5 minutes or so. Joe doesn't mind if you turn up late. You don't have to have a note or anything. But I need to go and get some dinner. Steve, thanks very much for coming, and thanks for your contributions and everything. Not just today, but to the channel and everything. It's great. Thank you very much. Prog rock is just not my bag. I can deal with some of Rush, but not much else. I don't even like them. Saw a bloke on the street today looked like Rick Wakeman from the mid-70s. I admit I like bread too. Okay. Lila says nothing worse being a Scouser than watching actors pretending to be Scouser. Yeah, I get that. That's why I cringe at Beatles movies. I tell you what I did like. We saw something with Elizabeth Moss a few weeks ago, a series that was on Channel 4. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called. but it was brilliant. But she played an English woman in it, and her English accent was brilliant. She was really convincing. I love Elizabeth Moss. She's just amazing. She's an amazing actor, and just The Handmaid's Tale is just one of the best bits of telly I've ever seen. Yeah, she was brilliant in that. So I know you're saying more specifically, the regional accent, but for a British accent, she did really well. Tone of you? Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. A long time ago, but Linda was a big mates with Carla Lane who wrote Bread. So that's how that happened. Steve talking about when Wendy Richards was hot, talking about, are you being served there? Tony, you jump into Joe's live stream? No, I'm not gonna, because my missus has been out all day. She's been at the ABBA thing down in East London in Stratford, and my sister-in-law and her partner are here as well. So I've got to go and be social in a minute, and I need to get something to eat as well. So I'm not gonna be on Joe's. I'm not gonna go on Joe's stream in a minute, but I'm sure me and Joe will do something together, or I'll be watching one of his streams soon. So sorry about that. I'm such a fanboy when John Lennon sends me an email. I'm convinced it's him. Oh, mate, if only he was still around and able to send you an email. What can I say? Thank you for being here, my friend. Really pleased to see you, and thanks for all your contributions. Stuart, thank you. Love you too. Thank you for being part of my channel. I am going to wrap it up now, and you guys can go, go over to Joe and take part in his live stream, because I'm sure it'll be great. And if they all go to bed soon and Joe's still on, then I'll join in the chat on Joe's channel. But absolutely fantastic turnout today. I think 100. I saw 117 at one time, which is just amazing, and it kind of held there for a long time. We've still got 76 on, which is great. But I am going to have to bring it to a conclusion now. We've done over 2.5 hours, but I've absolutely loved it. I've had an absolute blast to just go through the others. Thank you, Joseph, for being here. Matthew, thank you for your contributions as well, and you, John. I can't remember specifics now. Dave, thank you, mate, and for all your contributions. Dave comments on every single video, and I do appreciate it. So thank you very much. It doesn't go unnoticed. I met a couple of subscribers at the Lennon thing, the listening party the other day. They came up and introduced themselves, but I didn't know them because they didn't comment. I kind of know people that comment. I know, I know some people who use different handles. I know their real name. I know roughly where they're from and that sort of thing. People that come on the live stream as well that tell me, where they're from and everything. So, I do appreciate you all, and your contribution is massive. And without you, the channel is nothing. So thanks very much, Steve. John says 5-star show. Thank you so much. David says, do you think Paul's charging too much? Yes, absolutely. Enjoy your night. Take care. You too, PK. MBT says, we were waiting for you to come and entertain us back in the house. Okay, I will be back in a minute. Dinner with Greedo. Thanks, Paul. And we'll be in touch. I have read your email. I just haven't had a chance to get back to you, but we'll very soon. Howard says, all the best to you. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah, for his shows. Yeah, absolutely. The prices in America are way higher than they were in the UK just a few months ago. I did do a video on that on the pricing when we got the tickets for Montreal. They're astronomical. They're astronomical in North America. And Montreal is the most expensive of them all. But yeah, I mean, we paid, I paid the most up until Montreal. Paid the most I'd ever paid for a ticket for. I think we were in row five or row six at the O2 in the hot sound seats with the sound check and all that. Paid $750 for that. It was like the prices started at about $2,000 on this US tour. So a massive difference. So yeah, way too much for those for those tickets. But I'm going because all my friends are going. My stateside friends are going, and so we were all meeting up in Montreal. And if they weren't going, I probably wouldn't go. But it's always this thing about is it the last chance you're going to get to see him, and one more time and all that sort of thing. And on that note, I am going to leave it. So thank you very much, everyone who has either taken part by leaving comments, or if you've just been lurking in the background and just watching. Thank you for being here. Thanks for all your contributions to my videos and everything that you do for this channel. And it's a bit of a partnership. So thanks very much, everyone, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.